Okay, how about now? How about now? Make sure. Let's see. Sun's out, guns out. Okay, we're good. We're good. Give me a moment. I'm gonna get a few things set up on my end. What a day. Good morning, Aaron. Told you one of these days when are we gonna do the London Open together? When am I gonna join you for the London Open? Let's pick a date, Aaron. Let's pick a date. Let's see. I'm not sure. I'll look. I'll find a date. I'll find a date and then we'll do it. But how's everybody doing? Oh, it's been a long day for me. It's been a long day. It's going to be a fun one tonight. This is a fun one. I have lots to talk about. Always talking some shit online. Always talking crap online. I love it. Great stuff happening in this industry, or at least at Topstep anyway. Anyway, let's get started. As always, in the YouTube chat, there is our Topstep risk disclosure. It's for educational purposes only. It's not a signals class. How was that trade last night? I tell you what, sometimes I trade really good in slow markets, and then I just suck it up during fast markets. Sometimes it's vice versa. I suck it up in slow markets, and I trade really good in fast markets. But that trade last night, that short last night it worked out pretty well here in the NASDAQ. So let's go over it. Let's take a look at the daily. Zoom in, and let's see what are we seeing. What are we seeing here in this market? I buy the dip. Let's take a look. We had this consolidation. This is a daily chart in the NASDAQ. This is the consolidation. We could zoom in, take a look at the top end of this consolidation. We had that major sell-off that happened in like 30 minutes to start fast markets, and then that was it. Just 30 minutes straight down, and then it was just kind of consolidate and rally back up a little bit. But look where the buyers stepped in at. They stepped in at like 110. I don't know what was going on. Maybe I was just trying to be too precise. Maybe that's what happened with me this morning during fast markets. I was just trying to be too precise, looking for maybe a break below these 100s, looking for 90s, looking for 80s, and then looking for that retracement. But we bounced off it. We're right back up towards these. It looks like we got up as far as 264, and now we're pulling back. Let's zoom in. Let's take a look at the hourly. Let's take a look at this hourly. McLevin says, damn, I'm white. I'm a Utah boy. I'm a Utah Caucasian. Like, what do you expect? I'm white. And I take care of my skin. Part of taking care of my skin is I don't like the sun. I put sunscreen on. Translucent. Anyway, back to these markets. Looking at this hourly chart. So we had that major breakdown, and it lasted like 30 minutes. All right. McLevin, look what you did. You derailed the chat. The sun's good for me. I get it, but I put sunscreen on, and then you take supplements. But living in Utah is different than look. See, living in Utah is different than living in like California or Arizona. I'd be like, oh, okay, you know what it reminded me of? Is this? I don't know if I could show this, but I'm showing it. Let's see. Uh, is this what what's that character on Bench Warmers? You ever see Bench Warmers? This dude. That dude right there. Here, I could make me we could use the power of yeah, OBS isn't working. I can't artificially tan me. Anyway, I'm a white boy. Now what do we talk about? You ruined you ruined the whole vibe of slow markets is thrown off because of the whiteness of my arms. I don't know. I give up. I won't spray tan. I will not spray tan. No. No, I look good. You should you should travel. You should travel. Did you know? No, we're not going down that route. We're not going down that route. What do you expect from someone in Utah? Are there beaches in Utah? I wouldn't say beaches. Better than orange? Better than orange? What was we talking about? We were talking about these markets. Anyway, what are we looking at? Let's look at this. We can continue the color of my arms and the paleness of my skin. I could tan pretty well. It doesn't take very long. The Great Salt Lake has some fantastic beaches. Yeah. What do you do? I'm a trader, everyone. I'm a trader, and then I go to the gym. Yeah, I'm Utah. White boy Utah. It's yeah, this could go many routes. This could go many routes. Let's get back to this trading. And what was I saying? What was I saying last, Andrew? Let's get back on track. Let's oh, wait till you see me with my shirt off. Yeah, that might let's see. Okay. Support and resistance. Let's go back at this. Let's get back at this. So this we broke through these 23,270s. We broke through these 23,270s, and we tested it about twice. We tested it twice. It looks like we tested it tonight. We had a big rally up, back up to these 260s, almost touched that resistance, and then we are going back down into the middle of this consolidation. Looks like we're kind of channeling here. And so I'm kind of expecting us to channel more. Maybe we chop more. We do have, tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow is a big day for these markets. July 23rd, it's done and over with. Or no, July 22nd done over. We are now going into July 23rd, where we have these earnings coming up. It's a big one tomorrow. We have Google, we have Tesla, we have IMB, and we have some speakers on top of that. And then, of course, the following day, like I said, it's like inflation data day. Look at all this inflation data that's coming out on Thursday. But big ones is the earnings and the earnings call. We've seen some big orders coming in. Some big orders coming in with NASDAQ. That was interesting to watch. And so let's zoom in on the 5-minute chart. Let's zoom in on the 5-minute chart. And do we buy this? I could see us just getting into... Let's just get into a couple. I'll get into 3 right here. I could see this being a pivot, and let's move a little bit higher. Let's just do that. So I could see us, like I was saying, being in kind of like a channel here. Kind of a channel. And consolidating back and forth, We're down 0.05. And see, look, I buy the dip. See, I could buy this. I could buy it. I don't always sell. Buying opportunity right there. So let's see. not really seeing too much. Just consolidation. This is consolidation play. Buy low, sell high. Maybe we can make a run back up to these 70s. Maybe we just consolidate. Where did we open up tonight? Looks like we opened up right around, let me clear this. Looks like we opened up around here. So we opened up this way. When we closed, we sold off a little bit. Do we get follow-through is the next question. That was such a huge sell-off, and we didn't get much follow-through. I'm just going to watch this. Looks like we found a little bit of support on these lower 200s. I'll take profit maybe. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Keep an eye on it. I want to switch over to gold. Let's take a look at gold. Gold's moving. Gold's moving. What a trade. Like, well, look at gold. Like, oh my gosh. Shout out to you, Hoag. If you're listening or you're around. Hoag and the team did absolutely amazing on this gold trade. Pullback, rally. Just absolutely beautiful. It's by the dips. This is what a beautiful structured market is. Like, it does not get any better than this. Rally, pullback, rally, consolidation, rally, pullback, rally. And the Topstep team just nailed this one. And so now we are at a point where do we see more continuation? We are nearing these highs. Can we see continuation up to these 70s? That's a possibility. Do we make a run at all-time highs, 3,500? I would like to see a deeper pullback than what we're seeing over the past few hours. Looks like we're just kind of consolidating. So I really would like to see a deeper pullback, maybe more consolidation, and something like this before we get more continuation. But I'm bullish gold. I don't want to short this market. I definitely don't want to short this market. I'd rather just be patient, wait for the opportunity to look for some longs, whether that's tomorrow after earnings. Maybe tomorrow night there'll be some better opportunities on gold. But there might be some, like maybe some scalps, maybe some short-term, maybe some scalps looking for a couple dollars here or there, some couple ticks here or there on that. Bitcoin celebration. Bitcoin celebration. Let's. Do I get into this? Do I get into this? So, the news. Everybody knows the news. I'm gonna go over it today. Let's just go over it tonight. Actually, let's do it. Here we go. Here's the Topstep news. If you missed it, here it is. Topstep released this. I posted it on Twitter. I've been talking trash. It's Twitter, drama filled. So these are the announcements here at Topstep. Daily, it's a scaling plan, right? Where if you make money, then you have more room to grow. Let me make sure I word this correctly, okay? This is live. I don't prepare a script. I'm not as good as Gabe. Gabe and the team, they do a great job. But your daily loss limit increases as your profits grow. You earn more room to trade and flexibility to manage your risk. 100K in profits unlocks the ability to trade with more size. So it might look unrealistic now, maybe depending on where you're at, but I see tons of traders that trade really well. KJ, big shout out, is one of them. There's going to be a lot more growing that account. There was one live trader that made like $50,000 today, and that was just in one day, right? So increasing your daily loss limit with profits, and not only that, but scaling. It gives a good structured idea of scaling an account in the futures market. It's like, you're not stuck at 15 contracts forever. Right? Up to 30, then up to 500, then up to 70, and then up to eventually 100 contracts. And at that point, you'll have plenty of conversations with the risk management team. You'll be able to understand liquidity, when you're trading. And by the time you get to that point, you'll understand a lot more in depth of being able to trade that size, obviously, with those conversations with the risk management team. And not only that, we've talked about this, daily payouts when you're in a live account after so many, it's the consistency. I think it's like 30 days. You can have daily payouts. That's always been there. I'm glad that Topstep highlighted that. Dynamic risk expansion, talked about that. This one's a big one. This affects me and everybody in the live account. Topstep's covering the market data for one of the market data, that's big, right? Hey, we're a live trader. Topstep is going to be, that's another nice benefit. So amazing benefits here. But you know what, something else, this is where a lot of the Twitter drama came from, is what Topstep doesn't get a lot of credit for is this. Topstep has a 90-10 split. Topstep has a 90-10 split. So I hope everybody that's involved in the Twitter drama is here for slow markets. Actually, let me just do this. Let me just tag them. Say, hey, come on, hop over here in slow markets. Let's do this. Come on, let's do it. Just like tune in to step. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't mind. I want to get people on here and have these conversations. I'd love to have myself, MP. These are good conversations. I don't mind opposing opinions if someone could sit here and have a good conversation. Let's do this. Let's do this. I gotta do this link. We gotta do this link. We're go, and then you could come and enjoy looking at my beautiful arms. My beautiful arms. Let's get this going. We're gonna have these conversations, and I'm interested in everyone's opinion. I am. So let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to go here. Give me a second. There we go. Tune in. Let's talk about it. I'm so excited. It's something that doesn't get talked about enough. McLovin, yeah, exactly. It should be a standard, right? Having a higher percentage split is very important. Coming from a trader and coming from the idea of consistency, looking at the longer term, right? We're looking at the longer term. I'm a trader. Everybody in here, you're a trader. You want to be a trader. If not, you want that longevity. You want to have an account. You want to grow an account. And then the money that you make in that account, you want to be able to withdraw percentages of it, right? I want to withdraw X amount of dollars. And then next month, maybe you want to withdraw X amount of dollars. And you want to continue to do that. So instead of looking at a week from now or 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now, you really need to look at a month from now, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And then you start looking at quarters. Like, what's my goals for the quarter? What am I working for in this next quarter? Like, what's my objectives? How am I looking to make money? How much money? Like, you're going to be setting those goals quarter by quarter and not just day by day or week by week. And these things and all these benefits that Topstep is putting together every single week, almost every month, helps with that. I love to see this. Now, some stuff I do agree. There's always going to be give and take. Topstep's always improving. There's always pain points that's being improved. But as a trader, just purely from a trader's perspective, if I am looking to invest in a firm and put my time, my effort into a firm and make money and look at it from a longer term perspective and not just this short term narrow vision where I'm looking for a couple weeks or for the first payout or second payout or any of that, or I'm just looking to get funded. I'm looking at a year from now. I'm looking at, months and the money I'm making in a month or two and how I transition to becoming a real live trader. And this is part of it. How do I grow? How do I, make my first $1 million as a futures trader? Yeah, I'm just going to leave this up there. Heck with it. All right. How do I make my first $1 million as a futures trader? And look at it as, I like that, Greg, as a career. Well, you make your first $1 million. Well, what's a percentage, right? You start thinking of percentages. And just like taxes, just like anything, 1%, it might not sound like much, but it's big. What's 1% of $1 million? It's 10 grand. You start thinking of that. And it's not like we're splitting hairs. What's 10% of $1 million? That's $100,000. That's $100,000. And so these are, you might not think are big decisions, but they're important decisions to keep in mind as you're growing, as you're becoming a more professional trader. You're becoming consistent, right? You think about percentage. You think about these little details of the future. You might not be thinking, oh, I'm going to trade 100 contracts next week or next month. But eventually, if it's something that you want to work towards, you might not see yourself now. Maybe you're looking at, I just want to have a $5,000 daily loss limit, or I want to have a $5,500 daily loss limit. Or you could go through and you could even look at the other live account benefits, right? I don't know if Andrew or anybody has that off the top of their head, where it's the payout bonuses, right? So as you're not only scaling up, there's also the payout bonuses. So as you're making profits, Topstep also has the bonuses for the live traders that you get as you're going down that path, right? So as you're thinking a month from now, 2 months from now, a quarter from now, it's that same thing. You find those little details because it makes a big difference. It really does. In the long run, it does. It might not look as important on the smaller horizon, but yeah, it's hard to see past that. It really is. Once you get there, you'll start to understand. You start fighting for percentages, and you wonder why bigger traders are fighting for 1/4% here, 1/4% there, because in the long term it makes a difference. In the short term, not so much. I'll agree that on the next month or so, it might not make a big difference. But as you're starting to scale, as you're starting to get that, it's beyond important when it comes for actually trading for a career, right? Maybe you want to do it full time. Maybe you want to do it more frequently, but that's what it's about, right? Anyway, I'm going to continue that conversation. We're getting to the top of the hour. We're going to watch gold. Yeah, I forgot about NQ. What's MNQ doing? Hey, we're starting to sell off a little more. We're starting to sell off. Should we cut it? No, I'm going to keep this one. I'm just going to watch this. I'm fine with my stop loss. Let's watch gold. Let's watch some gold here. See how gold reacts at the top of the hour. But I want to take questions. I'm open for opinions and good conversations. It is Tuesday night. We could watch gold here at the top of the hour. I'm going to reach out to you, Aaron, about getting on for a London stream, London Open. That would be fun. And yeah, I don't shill affiliates, but I will shill my Instagram. I'm figuring the Instagram out, okay? I'm figuring this Instagram out. That's the one thing I will shamelessly shill. Absolutely. Sounds great. Okay. Remind me, please, Aaron. I have horrible memory. Just remind me. There it is. There it is. I'm figuring it out. I did go to... I went and hit the heavy bag today. That's why I'm wearing this. And my chest still freaking hurts, but it's not as bad as what it used to be. And I did post that earlier. Let's see if we could just sell off here for a minute. Aaron is wild with gold. He's a great gold trader. We need to do another meetup in Bali. I've been talking about Bali a lot, Aaron. I want to go. I've never been. Why am I not trading the Nikkei anymore? I'm really focusing on gold and NASDAQ. Nikkei, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm not. I've really narrowed my focus. I've really narrowed my focus. It's been a while for the Nikkei. I'm sorry. It really has. Let's look at. Shall we look at the Nikkei for old? Oh Jesus. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the Nikkei. Did I miss something? What did I miss in the Nikkei? Oh, it's been a while since I looked at this. Is this a Nikkei or meme coin? This looks like a meme coin tonight. The Japanese market. Japan deal was signed. Okay, Japan signed a deal. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it. That's one heck of a move. I used to trade this every night. I might consider going back if we do get more volatility. We'll see. We'll see. There's a good possibility. I go back to my love for the Nikkei, but I need to focus on my own trading on this NASDAQ. Slow markets, I've been doing so well in the NASDAQ and gold, but I've been struggling during the fast markets. I need to figure out why. Deal worth 550 billion, 50%, 15% tariffs on tax. All right. Trump, Powell to leave soon. Powell will not remain for a long time. Trump's still talking about Powell tonight. Yeah, U.S. to impose 15% tariffs on Japan auto imports. Trump, okay. Powell. I tell you what, Powell lives rent-free in Trump's brain. That's for sure. And comments are concluded. Okay. Okay, interesting. Interesting enough. Yeah, just adapt. Oh, well, sometimes that's I don't mind because I tell traders all the time, and it's funny why some people's like, yeah, show me everything, show me your what's it called, your broker statements. I'm like, dude, tune in to TopstepTV. I've shared every single one of my trading days live in front of everybody for over a year and a half now, and you see everything on my trading for what I'm doing here in this futures. Maybe I start sharing more of the options. That's yet to be determined. I'm really undecided about me sharing my options because that is more of a personal thing, and I don't know. I'm still undecided about the options on whether I share more information about that. But for this and for Topstep in this account, you see it every day. I'll share everything. Yeah, Will. 202. Yeah, I took out $250,000 this year. And look, you see, look, there's a good example, right, Will? I took out $250,000, and what is that? Yeah, I got 204. I got 204. That's nice. But at another place, I'd only get 181. That's huge. That's a big difference because I have to pay taxes on that. That's like double tax right there. That's extra tax, right? That's a difference. That's a difference. 181 versus 204. That's 20 grand. I want that in my pocket. To heck with any of the short-term benefits. That needs to be in my pocket. That is that percentages. Something that doesn't happen a lot. It's not tax advice. I gave the Topstep risk disclosure. And it's not about taxes. It's about something that goes under the radar. And that's that Topstep has a 90% split. For every dollar you make, you put 90% of that in your pocket. 90-10. 90%. I don't understand why that's not standard. Do more. prop firms in this industry needs to continue to do more for the traders. Like, really, really. The amount of money that is in this industry, you really can. How's my heart rate now? I don't have my monitor on. I don't have my monitor on. I don't know where my whoop is. My heart rate's probably pretty up there. My heart rate spikes more tonight than during fast markets when I talk about something I'm passionate about. Should I go get it? I could put my heart rate on. We'll continue to watch this NASDAQ. I'll go get it for you. For you, I'll get it. Should I put a long sleeve shirt? All right, here we go. Let's see. Buy the dip. It feels good when you're long. It feels good when you're long. Let's see. Oh, there's Aaron. Aaron, I love you, man. Yes, I need to get better at using Twitter. I don't know. Do you mind if I share this? He says, hey, bro, I use this site to help you with Instagram. Is my Instagram post that bad? Is it that obvious? Aaron? I don't know. I need to hire a social media guy. Aaron just laughs. Just laughs. Hey, you know what? I'd rather it be authentic than just some fake crap just posting like it's a professional. But I'll get there. I'm learning, okay? Let's see. Yeah, my heart rate's at 90. Fast markets, it gets more insane. It gets pretty insane compared to tonight. Let's see. NASDAQ holding the 200s. NASDAQ holding the 200s. I need the verified tick. I don't know how to get it. Do you have to like pay money for that? Someone show me, teach me. Yeah, there it is. I don't know. You guys might have to teach me how to do it on this. I got this on there, not financial advice. I probably will have to change that to 15 years here soon. I don't know how to do the verified thing. And I probably, that looks, I don't know. I had to put the dot there because some random person has that. I mean, it's getting better. It's getting better. Yeah, see, I posted grow for profits. The best keeps getting better. And then that's it. Yeah. Hey, there's always room for improvement, okay? Always room for improvement. Let's go back and take a look. What is gold doing? What is gold doing? Will Robin, shout out the like button. Thank you. Gold's starting to pull back. Okay, good. Good. I like this. This is what I want to see. Earnings tomorrow. Lots of earnings calls tomorrow as well. Earnings calls. I put that link out there. I put the link out there. I probably should just pin it. Just 1 second. I'll pin it. I told you I'm growing it. I'm not shilling affiliates, but I want to do that. Let's go to. Ugh. I can never remember half this stuff. Whenever the market is selling off, I listen to Bloomberg, min low for obvious reasons. Whenever the market sells off, I'm going to be honest, Topstep TV is on top of it. Topstep TV is pretty clutch when it comes to figuring out what's going on. Give me a second. Let's see if we could do this. We'll go. I got this. Where's my take profit? Oh, look, we're in the green. Green on the screen. We're going for all-time highs. Man, I do so much better in slow markets, chat. Okay, we'll put this, and then I'll go ahead and pin it. There we go. Then I don't have to worry about copy-pasting anything. There we go. Let's go. Let's get through these 16s. Let's just print money tonight. Print money. It's easy when you're just long. Long and strong. Buy the dip. Ooh, some good dinner tonight. Make up for the loss. No, I didn't even lose last night, chat. That wasn't even a loss. Remember that? Everyone was talking. Everyone's chirping. Everyone was chirping last night. You remember last night where I was short and we came up and then I got out and got back in and then we just sold off. And that was a successful trade last night. So I've been profitable the most of my slow markets. It's just the crappy thing is I've been giving back too much during fast markets. Been giving back way too much during the fast markets. We'll split this up. We'll go ahead. I like to look at the 100-tick chart, zoom in a little bit, see what this market's doing on a more zoomed in scale like Google Maps. 5-minute 100-tick. So far, so good. How big of a move is that? It's kind of volatile tonight. 24 points. See, this is a little more volatile than what we're used to. Can we have a Dakota heart rate spot ETF just for fun? Just for fun? I don't know. Can I? I could pull it up. Let's see if I could pull it up. It's up there. It's more up there than it was. Do they sell deer at the store in Utah? You could get some game meat here in Utah if you want. Let's go. Ooh, close your eyes, chat. Oh my gosh. What's all this? I actually there's just a bunch of apps. I don't know. Dakota, you could add another income stream as a dancer at the Thunder Down Under with that shirt. We're not. Why did I read that one? Oh, I need to watch what I read on YouTube. What is the name of this? I have not figured out how to share my Whoop very. I'm not the best at sharing. Let's see. Connection. Oh. That's why. Come on. Going through these 20s. Why am I wearing a life preserver? I could take my shirt off. It only gets wider. No, this is a. Oh, Aaron Trade says he got Whoop recently. I love it. I like mine too. It's been nice. It really has. It's helped me. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. Still working on it. Okay. Let's see. Bulletproof vest. Going through 25s, 26s. Oh, that's why. Dakota, what would you tell us to risk per trade on $2,000 MLL? I would risk. Look at this market go. It depends. It depends. $200 a day is, to me, the right thing to do for a P&L. Yeah, I guess I can't connect it. It's just a health monitor. That's all the WHOOP is. And I've been trying to do this because I wanted to see how big of it will affect, and like when I'm in a trade, like does my heart rate go up when I'm in a losing trade? Does my heart rate go down when I'm in like not in a trade? And I'll explain it in just a second. I'm trying to pull it up. If you tuned into fast markets, you probably know what I'm referring to. And it's not working. It's not working. But gold's going. NASDAQ's going. What's my take profit? Top of this range, probably 250s, 240s. Buy the dip. It's just that freaking easy. Why do I overcomplicate trading sometimes? I've got to take profit at 379. 379, Eric. You might as well plug your arm into a computer and let it monitor you. I mean, that's essentially what you're doing. You're actually attaching the computer to you, right? I'm a cool cat. Andre. Andre's in the chat. I still need a night where we could have Andre join me for slow markets. I'm trying to get Andre. I'm trying to get Dobie. I'm trying to hook up with Aaron at the London Open. Yeah. Dre does enough during the day show. Andre, the amount of and the level of effort he puts in to help run the show and direct us, because we could get pretty crazy on air, is just I don't think I could do that job. I don't think I could do that job. He said what do you say? It's like herding cats. Exactly like herding cats. What's your target, boss? I like to see, I like to get us up closer to these 50s. We'll see. We're running into a little bit of resistance here, but I think this is just regular market where we consolidate for a minute and maybe we can have another breakout to the long side. Up 18 points. 18 points in slow market's pretty big. It's decent. I might have to restart my phone. All right. Let's see if we get this. Maybe green. Can we get Guinness World Record on the phone and see if we could do a Guinness World Record somehow? There has to be that. There has to be some type of. There has to be, right? There's a break through these 30s. One more push. I'll close off one for take profit. Okay, there's one. There's take profit on one. And then I'll move that urgent stop loss right up there. Nice dinner tonight. Take it off. My take profit is at 246. This is good momentum. Yeah, we had that consolidation and we break out again. I'll probably take another contract off if we could break through these 40s. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right, come on. Let's see if we could get this. 37s, 38s. Man, who needs to trade fast markets? Why do I even trade the New York session? Look at this. All right, I'll take that. Ooh, I got 40 on that one. And I mean, that's that, right? Let's see if we could do this. Here it is. This is the whoop. You guys, you want to see my my health? You want to see my health? Not. Let's see. You could probably see. I don't know what. My stress today. See, I'm more stressed during slow markets than fast markets. Yeah, see that? I don't know if I could even expand it. But, let's see. See, that's my sleep. This was fast markets, and this is up slow markets. So this is like I'm hyped up during slow markets, during my workout, and all that. But let's go to. We could jump to this. You guys could watch if you guys want to monitor that. I don't know how to get this. Sleep score solid? Is that solid? My sleep score is not that solid. I have a high heart rate tonight. Yeah, usually it's... Where do you see sleep score? I live a stress... I don't have a high stress life. My stress is not very high. How do you see your sleep score? I don't pay too much attention to this. Is it up top? Oh, is it sleep? Yeah, I don't know. I tell you something funny though. I have a trainer, okay? I have a personal trainer, and I sent him this, and then he monitored. He's like, "Hey, what happened? Like, what happened at like 3 a.m.? A spike in my heart rate." And I'm like, "Did you have a girl over?" I'm like, we're not talking about it. Spike in my heart rate in the middle of the night. It's just consistency, right? Consistency, understanding your body, understanding your health, understanding your performance. Now, I think this also relates to trading in the term of understanding your personal health, understanding your sleep schedule, understanding how this affects your trading. And this is why I brought it onto Topstep, is because I want traders to see, and including myself, right? Like, how is my health? How's my heart rate while I'm in these trades? While I'm in the middle of trading? How is it when I'm on air versus I'm off air? What if I'm trading when I'm off air versus trading when I'm on air? And then monitoring this will help me understand myself a lot better, understand how I am reacting and my stress when I'm in a trade, when I'm sitting here watching the market go up or down or volatility on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, on the weekend. And then it's understanding me a lot better. And then how do I perform and react under different conditions, trading environments, during the day, during the night, and just overall. I think that's very important, or at least to me it is. because yeah, trading 80 plus 90% of it is trading psychology, being very strong and healthy mentally and then physically are a big part of it too. Look at this market just go. I will not be on The Bachelor. I'm sorry. That's not for me. Dude, have you ever been leg kicked? Ever kickboxed? I have been leg kicked, and I prefer to just box. I do not like leg kicks. Gold is holding. Gold is holding. Well, NASDAQ is pumping. Let's take a look at gold. Let's take a look at gold. You know what? Am I okay with this? 26 points? You know what? Yes. I'm calling it. There's the slow markets. There's the slow markets trade. That was a nice scalp. That was like a 30-minute banger here. Sure, there might be some more upside to these 50s like I was saying, but I'm fine. I'm happy. That was a trade. That was a good start. Let's take a look at gold. Oh, by the way, I've only been risking like $500 a day. $500 a day. I've sized down. Yeah, gold held these 30s. We might see a nice bounce here in gold. I'd like to see a pullback. I'd like to see a pullback, a deeper pullback than this here in gold. We'll see. But nice banger there in slow markets. Now, okay, now how do we post that one on Instagram? That deserves to be on Instagram. Do it on the Insta. Do that one on the Insta. Oh man. It's just hire it done. That's the answer. That's the answer. Aaron, can I pay you to do it for me? Hey coach, when should I scale up? Ooh, good question. My answer is it depends. It depends on you as an individual. I honestly, I know traders do not like to hear this, but after you see at least minimum of 1 month of consistent trading is when you should decide to scale up. I would honestly, if I'm just being pure honest, is if this was like a family member, someone close, you guys, and I just want to be cold, hard, true. Like, this is the truth. It's like, dude, 3 months. And if I had like control over like, hey, you're not going to scale up, or I'm not going to give you money to scale up unless you showed me 3 months of consistent profits, that would be my answer, being very strict. But I know traders don't like to hear that because traders hate to hear that. But at bare minimum, I would say 1 month of consistent profits is acceptable. Not to like increase, like double your size or dramatically scale up, but you know, maybe if you're trading 3 micros, maybe you go to 4 or 5 micros would be the answer. Not like doubling your position or dramatically scaling up. Does that answer your question? Does that help? It's so individually based. It's so unique on every individual. It's hard to put a blanket answer on there. Thanks. Okay, good. You're welcome. You are welcome. Let's see if there's another opportunity here. I mean, do we just buy the bottom and sell the top, right? See, that's simple. We close it out there in those 40s. Yeah. Let's see. Let's chart. Let's Let's go through that. Money. Ugh, we don't want to look at that one. That was ugly. Simple, straightforward. Scalperoo. How did I figure it out? Did I not go over that? Technicals, right? Looking for this to be consolidated. I talked to everyone through it as it happened live in front of everybody. And then I zoom into 100 tick. I said, yeah, I'm looking for maybe these 50s and this consolidation. And then we just went straight up, right? And then see this consolidation. See how it was hesitating on this zoomed in. And just, yeah, just get out of there. Get out of there. And being happy with, damn, that was actually a pretty nice solid trade. That was a decent move, right? That was 47 points. Now, that's impressive. I didn't see that. I didn't realize it was that big of a move. For some reason, it just felt like 20 points. Technical Tuesday. Yeah. Yep. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I am cutting a little short. Just a few minutes. Coach Jay is going to be on tomorrow. Okay. Coach Jay, he just got back. Just getting settled down. But confirmed. Normal schedule. Coach Jay is back on tomorrow. I'm still in long. Yeah, this stream doesn't have 500 likes. We're good. That's a Kodak moment right there. That trade, we need to coin a new one. That's a DVA Concepts Kodak moment. Oh, that's Instagram worthy. That's Instagram worthy. Is that not? News tomorrow. News tomorrow. News Thursday. Tomorrow's big news, though. Tomorrow's earnings. Kodak for us 80s babies. I'm not an 80s baby. I'm early 90s. Early 90s. Bikini. Huge day tomorrow. Google. We have all those earnings. We talked about it. Okay, now here's why it's important for me. Now, I mean, you could make an argument and say, yeah, everything that's coming up in these markets is important until the next important thing. Earnings is very important. They're always important, but it's important when it comes to tariffs. And I'll talk about this tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'll talk about it maybe. Let me just double check. I'm going to talk about it tonight, but I also think it's important to talk about it before it comes out as well. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I'm not on for fast markets. Let me double check. I am. Yes, I am on for fast markets, I believe. And then I will have Coach Jay tomorrow. Let me double check. I just want to make sure. But this is something I do want to talk about in detail because it's tariffs. Tariffs. It's been pushed, and we know it's been moving the market, but not so much the earnings, right? Not the earnings numbers, but it's always the forward guidance. Forward guidance. If you're talking about earnings and if you're looking at earnings and if maybe you're listening to some of these calls, I don't know if you are. It's been a while since I listened to a good earnings calls, maybe put you to sleep. But what is their forward guidance? And what is their statements or reaction around tariffs? Like, what are they doing? What's going on with tariffs? Maybe not so much like a Tesla. It's a lot of what I'm referring to is not so much that, but any company like we've seen it a little bit today, like Coca-Cola, anyone who's importing and exporting and that's affected by these tariffs. That is very important. It's important to understand, how well they did in the first and second quarters, and it's more important to understand what their earnings calls are and the projections and their forward guidance going into Q3, Q4. And maybe they get asked some questions. Maybe they get asked the question of, "Hey, what how's the tariffs affect you, or this or this. I love the questions, the Q&As that happen all the time on those calls. Maybe we should listen to some together. Look at that. Look at the market go now. That was just a pullback, and it looks like we're getting another little spike in volatility right there. Pass the cost on to the consumer. I mean, it depends, right? Jerome, hate him or love him, Jerome Powell has appropriate responses to when he gets those questions. It might be boring, and they might not be what you want to hear, but I really do believe that when Jerome Powell is asked a question like, who do you believe should pay the tariffs, or who pays the tariffs? And his responses are very well thought out, and you could tell it's not just some BS response. The fact that it really depends on the individual companies that's being tariffed. If I own a company and I'm hit with tariffs, then it's the company's responsibility to pay the tariff. But then what that company decides to do with that cost is up to them. Unfortunately, most of the time, these companies pass it down to the consumer or put the costs somewhere else that they don't really want to pay for it. And that's the reality of the world we live in, right? And so we could continue to dive in depth with this, but at the end of the day, regardless of whether we want rates to go up or down, we've done a good job. We're hitting all-time highs. We trade the market that's in front of us, and as much as we hate it, regardless of our opinion, regardless of my opinion, regardless of everyone's opinion in the chat, we have to trade the price that's in front of us. I've been caught in bad trades, trading based off of my opinion. You've probably seen some live in front of you while I've been on air, trading based off my opinion. And sometimes those are my worst trades. And yeah, I don't even know what I'm going on about, chat. I don't even know what I'm going on about. I'm just going. I'm just talking. Gold all-time highs. Gold all-time highs. I get in my little rants. Is MP rubbing off on me? MP's rants in the morning. Hey, everyone has certain rants, right? Check hashtag slow markets. We can do that. Let's do it. Let's do some hashtag slow markets. Okay, yeah. Careful. MP, are you in the chat? MP's probably listening, putting his kids to sleep, and we don't have music playing. And let's just do some hashtag slow markets. Oh, chat. Do it. You gotta tag me in it. Put on the theme song. Big shout out. I know I posted it a couple times, but I love this theme song. I do. We'll finish slow markets off with that theme song. I'm not seeing any good hashtag slow markets. I don't know what you're talking about. Heart rate check. Dakota, heart rate check. Everyone in the audience, we care about my heart rate. It's staying consistent. It's at 83. Yeah, nothing's really going on. Hey, I'm gonna hit light sparring tomorrow. Do you trade the ES at all? I don't. I've been considering going to it during the fast markets. That might be my go-to play. And you bring a good point home. Homes, boats, and travels. But you bring a good point. I'm not going to try and pronounce your name, but I'll talk about that in a second. Where am I supposed to do this? Yeah, if you do hashtag slow markets, it's just something I'm doing. Is if you're on Twitter, I'm going to transition to Instagram on some of them. Not all, but I'll check both. Instagram's pinned to the top of the chat. My Twitter is right there on the chat. And if you post a trade, if you do something like fun, maybe you're posting where you're watching or where you're at, or just something to deal with like slow markets, you tag me in it, and sometimes I'll share it on stream. They do it for fast markets, and they also do it for power hour. It's fun. I enjoy it. I like it. Traders from around the world. What's the Instagram link? It's pinned to the top of the chat. My Instagram, I'm brand new at it, so just bear with me as I figure that out. Instagram's different. I don't know. Okay, I guess you can't tag me. Whatever. I'll figure something out. But Instagram's at the top of the chat, tagged, pinned, and there's the Twitter. And you have to tag me in it, not just hashtag slow markets. Do both. Why not? Why not? Let's see. There's a couple good ones. There's a couple. Yeah, this second bounce off the anchored VWAP from the Japan announcement. Let's see. Is the Nikkei still just running? The Nikkei's just going. That was the trade. That was the trade. I'm just tuned in. Looks like the code's flexing them art. Nope, it's just something I'm wearing, Jin. Let's go through. Okay, Jay says, I want my debt paid so I can concentrate on the trade. If you tuned in last week, maybe Coach Jay and I can talk about it more. We're always talking about it because this could be a continued conversation always. If you are trading because you have to make money, trading's more difficult. But if you're trading to just trade and because you like to trade, and eventually it will lead to extra income or to pay off those debts, it's a lot. I don't like to say the word easier, but yes, it's a lot less stressful. That's why you hear all the time where you risk money you could afford to lose. So if something goes wrong, maybe you lose money, then you're not stressed out, right? It's like it's like a small amount of money you put away every single paycheck or every month it's like, yeah, instead of buying that extra, eating out, I'm going to put that money away, and I'm using that as like a slush, like a fund that I could use for my trading. And if I lose money, it's not going to affect my life, so it's not stress. So I'm not stressed, right? It's like a small investment, and you work on it. It's a skill. You don't get stressed out if you lose money because you went to college, right? You still get that education. Maybe that's not a great example, but yeah, I've met traders where they're like, I'm trading with my retirement account and I can't lose this money. I have to make it. And that is a recipe for disaster, right? You don't want to be in a situation where you're putting up money at risk that you can't afford to lose. It's hard when you do it like that. It's so freaking hard. I was lucky enough to do it when I was in junior high and high school, but I had a job while I was learning how to trade stocks and options. Okay. Oh, and we are coming up. Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna share. Homes, boats, and travel. I see that. There's that one. This is the hashtag slow markets. Love this. Learning lots with Coach Dakota on slow markets. Great to see it. So whenever I see stuff like this, I'm always going to be sharing and liking it, because that's what makes the community. That's why I love Topstep's community. It's crazy, the mindset that some of the social media has, where it's me against you or us against each other or this or that. It's wrong. It really is us with each other, and it's us versus the market, because there's plenty of liquidity out there and we're not fighting against each other. Instagram has been very nice, very positive, but I love comments like this. So keep them up. Keep it up. I have to go. So like I said, Tuesdays, Thursday, I'm cutting a little bit short for a little bit. And then tomorrow back on as normal, 7:30, full hour and a half. And then Thursday, same. Man, this could be fun. So take care, everybody. And I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. And yeah, I'll do that theme song right here, right now. Take care, everybody, and see ya.
Dakota rises with the morning blaze. Charts are dancing in a golden haze. Eyes like arrows aiming at the prize. The market trembles when he strategizes. Coach Dakota flipping trades like a star, turning pennies into dreams that go far. He don't guess, no, he's sharp and he's wise. Every move's a lesson in disguise. Screen lights flicker, there is morning muse. Candlesticks tell stories he'll never lose. Patience sharper than a blade of steel. Dakota moves quick, but his calm is real. Numbers racing, he's got them on a chain. Through the chaos, he's the eye of the hurricane. Signals whisper secrets in his ear. He trades the waves, no room for fear. Coach Dakota flipping trades like a star, turning pennies into dreams that go far. He don't guess, no, he's sharp and he's wise. Every move's a lesson in disguise. He's not about luck, he's about the grind. With each transaction, he sharpens the mind. Trades are his art, his canvas, his soul. Dakota paints green and a little gold. He's not about luck, he's about the grind. With each transaction, he sharpens the mind.